When I was sent here, there was already a society, Vedanta society, existing. It had been started in 1974, and one monk from the Ramakrishna order used to come every year and conduct classes, give talks and retreats. Then once he said he would not be able to come every year as before. So the members of the Vedanta society should apply to the headquarters to give them a permanent monk here. As Belur Mutt, the headquarters of the monks, could not provide a resident monk, that Swami, that monk, advised them to approach our headquarters, Sharada Mutt. And Sharada Mutt complied with their request and sent me in 1977 on an experimental basis to stay here for 6 months and test the pulse of the spirituality of these people. I was happy, gave them the report. During the 6 months, I conducted classes and gave talks. Went back, then again in 1978, I came again for 3 months. Then in 82, I was permanently sent here. Then the name of the Ramakrishna Vedanta Society was changed into Ramakrishna Sharada Vedanta Society of New South Wales. And I became the president. From then on, I am the president here. So I am the spiritual director, minister and president for the people and president of the society. I belong to the Ramakrishna order of monks and nuns, which was started by Swami Vivekananda in 1897. He had really wanted to start an organization for women first, but he had to start work from Calcutta or Bengal, and Bengal was not ready for the work. So he first started an organization for men and implemented into the rules and regulations the item that in course of time educated girls would come and join, and once they were trained properly, they would form a women's organization of their own as organized by the men, the monks. The women's organization is called Sri Sharada Mutt and Ramakrishna Sharada Mission. I joined in 1952. In 1982, I was asked to come here and start a center of Sri Sharada Mutt. This was the first organization that came out of India, belonging to the women and run by the women. I have been here now the last 28 years. Culture is something which is very difficult to be defined. A general definition that I found was the culture of a people is its particular way of life, its habits, thought characteristics, action patterns, style and personality. It's a total picture embracing all the major aspects of the common life, including knowledge and belief, science, art and morals, laws and customs, economic organization, festivals and trusts. European culture and Eastern culture are different. Indian culture has its own peculiarities. Stark materialism in the European culture is that what we see. They are the remnants of the Greek and Roman culture of ancient times. But in the Asian cultures, all the aspects of materialism are evident, but we see spirituality dominating every aspect. All the characteristics are dominated by spirituality, not only in India, in all the Asian cultures, but particularly so in India. The change and amalgamation are very slow. In a country like Australia, which, as in most other countries of the present day world, integration of various cultures is very slowly, gently and silently taking place. Immigration leads to integration by slow degrees. It will be a very grand thing if the brighter and greater aspects of each culture are taken up by Australian society in particular and amalgamated into its own culture, which will enrich Australian culture. This can happen in all the countries in East and West, as it is the world has become a one globe where differentialities and distinctions are fast disappearing, each culture getting merged into every other culture. So in course of time, as it is already happening in the case of dress, food and other lifestyles, it can happen that the beautiful cultural background, same throughout the world, can be seen not far ahead. The virtual digital age deals with the external world, but culture deals with the internal world. Of course, Western culture is more interested in science and scientific research. Eastern culture, especially Indian, is more interested in spiritual development. And without spiritual development, any country will find it difficult to survive in future, as it has been in the past. Roman, Greek, all these cultures have vanished because they did not have spirituality in them. Merely spiritual culture alone cannot survive, especially in future. So a close relationship between the spiritual culture and the materialistic culture should be going hand in hand. That will pave a beautiful future for the whole world, and it has to happen because the world is becoming smaller and smaller. I would like to tell the world, today's world, that we have to remember progress is onward. It's not backward. We cannot step back to a life that we have already left behind. The past is dead forever. The future is not yet born. The present is the most sure and certain thing that we can grapple with. Make the best use of the present. The younger generation is bubbling with energy. Give them ideas tested by our life, through our experiment, through our experience. We have to get their confidence. The younger generation should be made to have confidence in us. So we have to go forward and stand with them and show them what a bright future they can have with the rich, wealthy treasure that we can give them and which they can use with their tremendous energy for their own benefit. So for this purpose, we will have to remodel our education system. Showing the younger generation we have got extreme faith in them. The older generation is showing doubts about them, suspicious. Wipe that out of their minds. Go with a clean, clear mind towards the younger generation. Gain their confidence, gain their trust, gain their love. We are not giving anything, we are going to share with them. When they come to understand that, they will be happy to listen to us, and they will be happy to be better themselves.